Hey guys, how's it going? Otaku Mike here, back again with another video for you guys today. If you're new to the channel and you like the content that I create, please consider subscribing, like, comment down below. It helps the channel grow in the long run. Without further ado, let's get into our video. We're talking about Ragna Crimson Volume 1. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so time for a synopsis on what Ragna Crimson is all about. So, our story starts out with a young boy, or teenager named Ragna. He's out hunting dragons. He's a dragon hunter in this world, and he's joined by his friend Leonica, I believe her name is. They call her Leo. She is a dragon prodigy. She is like the best of the best at hunting dragons, and he's kind of like her tag-along, not really good dragon hunter friend, but they've been friends for life, so they're kind of ride or die with each other. So they get back from hunting the dragons, and Ragna, I keep wanting to say Reagan, Ragna has a vision of Leo brutally dying in this dragon attack. And he is just distraught over this thing that happens. He's like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. Little does he know, dragons are attacking. They have the dragons attack the city, and a really powerful OP, I believe they call them like emperor dragons or something like that. They're dragons that can take like human form, and there's like only a certain amount of them. The dragons take out half the city, and Ragna gets a really interesting, how should I put it, encounter with his future self. And his future self is like, we can't let this happen. We have to save Leo. Leo is basically everything, and we are going to take out all the dragons. So what does future Ragna do? Future Ragna stabs present Ragna in the chest and gives him all of his powers and memories from the future, basically. And he takes out these dragons with no problem, and he's like, I gotta go do this. I need to go take out all these dragons. And he is basically like, hey, we're gonna go do this. We've already saved Leo, and we're gonna go stop everything else from happening to basically save the world, because the dragons are gonna burn this world down, basically. And that's kind of where the synopsis of the story is. I don't want to give too much away, but OP Ragna is fraught with visions of the future. He knows what's going to happen and stuff like that. He kind of throws Leo to the side because he doesn't want Leo to get hurt. And he kind of just goes off on his own on this journey to fight these dragons. And that's probably one of the coolest parts, is the dragon fights themselves. That's the best way I can synopsis this manga without spoiling too much, because this first volume packs a lot of info in it, and it's a lot of spoiler stuff, and I don't want to get too much into it, but it was really cool to see future Ragna come back and give him all these powers, and it was just a really cool start to a manga. Now let's get into the art. So, in my opinion, the artwork is fucking like top notch. This artwork is just so amazing, very well detailed. The action sequences are, oh my god, they're beautifully drawn. Here's some more for the back right there. All the characters stay on model. The dragons are an amazement to see. They're all different in their own sort of dragony way, and they all have some pretty cool powers and whatnot when it comes to all the different dragons and whatnot for Ragna to fight. It was really good. The artwork is really good in this manga. I don't know what else more to say. Like the artwork really pulled me in. I wasn't expecting to have such a visceral experience with the artwork, because it was just so in your face, so like fucking hardcore shit right that's about to happen, and they fucking don't pull any punches when it comes to killing people. A lot of people fucking die in this first volume, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how can you do that? You know, how can you kill off so many people? It was really interesting to see where this manga actually went story-wise. So I've been talking about how this manga is just really good. When I went to go pick this manga up, when I first heard about this manga, I thought it was going to be another reincarnated isekai manga, and boy, was I wrong. This is a hardcore dark fantasy. I did get a little tripped up in the beginning while reading this manga, because it does deal with present and future, and I did get a little turned around on what exactly was going on. It was sort of not clear because it kind of switched back and forth through the time, through time. But once I got past that and figured out what exactly was going on, I really enjoyed this first volume. It blew my expectations away, and it kind of flipped the script on the tropes that you normally see in fantasy manga, for it being so violent and having all these cool dragons show up. And yes, we do have our OP character, which was cool. It will be interesting to see like what exactly he goes up against later, and will he have problems fighting these like elite dragons that he has to go up against, because they're like these gods. He has to kill like the dragon god, basically. And yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. What happens to Leo, because he technically, Ragna, he changed the timeline. So will the timeline change that he did by saving Leo? Will things end up differently than what he thinks is going to happen? Because he's starting off fighting the dragons at an earlier point than originally in the original timeline, because he started like I think like 20 years after Leo died in the main or the future timeline. So now he's trying to kill the dragons earlier, and he's more powerful. He knows what's going to happen. My brain's kind of going crazy just thinking about this. But yeah, some really cool things happen. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's really making my brain think, and I really enjoyed it. I don't really have anything bad to say about it, except for the fact the story did confuse me at the beginning. That was a confusing point. And it'll be interesting to see where exactly this manga goes, because they take some interesting aspects, like the whole dragons. They can't come out in sunlight. There's different types of dragons. So there's some of the bigger dragons are smarter than the smaller sized dragons, and they so yeah, it's really interesting to see how they play with the concept of dragons and whatnot. But I hope I did a good job explaining this to you guys. I had a lot of thoughts going through my head. Yeah, this was such a fun read. It's put out by Square Enix. I don't know how long this manga is going to run for, but if you're looking for a really cool dark fantasy, if you're into like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, this manga is for you. It's a pretty good first start to a manga. It dragged me in with the hooks, hooked me in, and I was like, yeah, I'm going for a ride, and I think I'm gonna have a good time. Probably fucked up good time, because it's gonna get shit got dark real fast in this first manga. You know, it don't really pull no punches when it comes to you know, doing things that you wouldn't expect them to do. You know, it pulled the rug out from under me. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, excuse me. Let me know if you're gonna go pick up Ragna Crimson, and you know, tell me if you like it or not, because I've heard some people out there kind of talk about this, but nobody's like really talking about this. I think it's gonna be like a really big hit with like a lot of the people who enjoy the fantasy manga out there. And you know, it's not an isekai. I'm kind of get burnt out on the isekais, even though I like isekais. Some of them, you know, kind of but it does have isekai elements because he is kind of overpowered and whatnot. But you know, it's, you know, main character's got to be OP, you know. But yeah, cool fight scenes, cool characters, and you know, dragons. You can't go wrong with dragons and blowing up dragons and stuff like that. But yeah, check it out. It's a cool video. Not a cool video, it's a cool manga. It's a cool manga, you know. But yeah, go check it out.